Sega's favorite mascots, the blue blur, just keeps popping up on every single console. Like, straight up, just consider the fact that Sonic the Hedgehog for the last 30 years has been on pretty much every system. We see him on PlayStation, we see him on Xbox. I mean, heck, I've got it right here on my Nintendo Switch. But the Sonic Origins collection, these feel different. These feel better. In my opinion, this is very, very close to a full-blown remake, and that is why I really want to pick it apart, the goods and the bads. But let's get into it. What's up, gamers? DreamcastGuy here. Hi, how's it going? Please like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. If this video happens to hit 3,000 likes, I am going to be giving away a copy of Sonic Origins over on my Twitter account. But now, let's begin with what this game actually is. The Sonic Origins collection is a repackaging of Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, and also Sonic CD, all games of which I am a gigantic fan of. I love retro Sonic so freaking much, but I'm also a big fan of like 3D Sonic. These games though, there's something I always thought could use a little bit of extra work, a little bit of re-sprites, a little bit of just extra paint to make them feel a bit more flashy and modern. Well, the Sonic Origins collection is the perfect kind of remaster because it's subtle, but it's all freaking improvements. Now, starting off, I bet you've probably already noticed they have done a lot for the visual presentation. So inside this, what you're seeing right now, this is called Anniversary Mode. This to me was the major appeal of Sonic Origins because it allows you to play the original games in widescreen with completely redone visuals that look way, way, way better. Now, they're tiny improvements to the untrained eye, but a lot of times these extra bits of animation, these little bits of extra lighting work, a lot of these extra little details to it, these games look a lot better in my opinion. Now, more than that, they have introduced an extra infinite lives mode. So inside of Anniversary, you can die all you want, which to me is kind of cool because there is two separate versions of these games that exist inside the collection. So if you are a retro purist, if you love the classic difficulty of old school Sonic, that still completely exists. Inside this package, they put all the original games in their original style, so you can play it with limited lives, 4:3 ratio, the original graphics, all that still exists. But Anniversary Mode, to me, gives you more chances to experiment, more chances to explore, more chances to maybe practice a game that previously you were bad at. But more than that, this is the best version of each of these games that have existed. So over the course of the last couple decades, they keep re-releasing Sonic again and again and again, but each of them had tiny tweaks. For example, Sonic 1 actually got this very strange remake on cell phones a while back, and in it, they added in the ability to play as Tails or Knuckles inside of Sonic 1, which completely breaks it in a fun way. You can fly around, you can completely skip content, and they know it breaks it, but it's fun to just be able to do that. That's the version that exists inside the Sonic Origins collection. Now, Sonic 2 is pretty much the same as it's always been. Sonic 2 is the very freaking straightforward masterpiece it's always been. Here, it just looks a little bit better. Sonic 3 is the one that starts to see some of the most major changes to it, mostly because Sonic 3 was originally split into two separate cartridges. Way back in the day, Sega claimed that the game was just so big, they could not sell it as one bulk product. So they broke it into two separate adventures, which was Sonic 3 and then Sonic and Knuckles, which was released separately. So now this recombines the original intent of Sonic 3. This is the complete game of Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and it is glorious. Every level, every freaking segment, every cutscene that's in this game looks glorious. I am just blown away by how fun these are, by how playable these are, and they're now a more cohesive story. Each of these games, when we used to play them on those retro systems, were these little standalone experiences. They were just a separate adventure of Sonic and his friends. Whereas now, what they've decided to do is make this a cohesive story. There is these new animated shorts. These are like tiny cartoons that exist between the games and make the whole thing one big epic adventure. And I cannot praise this enough. these are freaking awesome. As a Sonic fan, this feels like new episodes of the classic cartoon show. They look so good. But that does bring me to the newest game in this collection, and the one I feel like is never talked about enough, which is Sonic CD. Now, some people love this game, some people hate this game because it does have a bit more of a puzzle focus to it. Not like you're going to be solving like little Tetris blocks, but Sonic CD is necessarily slower in a lot of ways. It has more focus on trying to explore the levels. You have to time travel to get different collectibles. There's these extra focuses on trying to figure out how to play it instead of just playing it. Now, some people strongly dislike this. Personally, I love it a lot. That's why I actually have Sonic CD. I've had Sonic CD forever. I love it, and it looks so much better here. I super respect what they've done with it. As an entire product, there is some tiny issues that exist inside this collection. The biggest one being that there are some strange glitches. I had times where just Tails would get stuck out screen and make the "I'm hurt" noise over and over and over again. Like straight up he would just fly off screen and be like, I don't know what you're doing over there, Tails, but probably stop before I call the cops. I did also experience one hard crash, which was very unfortunate, but I guess, this is technically the pre-release one, so what can you do? Now, the other aspect of this is the fact that they did, of course, add in things like trophies and achievements if you're playing this on consoles, which to me is very, very neat. And this brings me to the completely new modes they've added in. So there's Boss Rush, so you can just fight all the bosses in a row straight up. That's pretty neat. There's this new thing called missions, which are like very short challenges. This will be like defeat a certain amount of enemies or collect a certain amount of rings. They're not super important, but they are nice added content. And if you bought the more expensive version of this game, you get a special hard mode. Now, to me, this is strange. Definitely my biggest gripe with the Sonic Origins collection has to be the price. This is $40. If you want the additional special maps and modes and stuff, that is the $45 collection. Now, to me, $40 for 4 games that have been released a bajillion times does feel a bit expensive. I appreciate the new sprite work. I really like the retooled music and stuff. I think a lot of the new tracks are great, but $40 is a lot of freaking money. And I do feel like a lot of gamers out there are very broke. This does sort of feel like maybe Sega is trying to milk the Sonic fan base. And that feels, I don't know, like if this was even $10 cheaper, $30 makes this a much bigger deal, but $40 does make this a bit steep for the package itself. This does feel like the kind of game that if you're not a mega Sonic fan, you're going to play this for 2 or 3 days, you're going to have a decent time with it, and then you're probably going to put it down. This is one of those like nostalgic experiences. It's fun to go back, it's fun to see how these games aged, but I do feel like the average normie, so to speak, is not going to be playing this for weeks and weeks and weeks. And to me, that $40 price tag does seem a bit high for how, limited this total collection is. To me, I'm happy with it. I appreciated going through these again. It definitely made me happy to see all these great levels again and just actually kind of see all these trophies popping and stuff like that. But I don't know. It does make me wish that it was slightly cheaper so more people would be willing to buy it on a whim. Okay, so we've heard some good and some bad, but let's go over the ratings board and put a big number on it. I am giving the Sonic Origins collection an 8.5 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching this video, gamers. Please, if you could, give this video a big ol' thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, but most importantly, keep dreaming. And go play some Sonic. I don't care what console or platform, just play it. Sonic is good. Sonic is great. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.